No going back now.
So you watched Doctor Sleep yesterday?
I did, and I had a bunch of problems with it, and I forgot what they were. I was watching it going, nope, that's not right. And I was like, I have to talk about that. And then 10 minutes I was like, why did I have to talk about that? And now I remember what the hell. Should have took notes.
I love how Stephen King still is calling out Stanley Kubrick now, like even then when he wrote this book. And I'm like, again, maybe I need to rewatch The Shining because it didn't really feel like the book ending was that different.
Then the movie?
Yeah, like I know what actually happened was different, but Jack was not going to save them in the book.
No, but
And
what's
I
your
felt like that was his gripe because he was like supposed to have a redemption arc.
his gripe? I mean, he had a lot of gripes, but basically, yeah. And I don't really agree because he's saying that Jack has the whole gets bad and comes back, and then the ghost possesses him. But I was like, well, he was never a good guy, if you ask me. There wasn't any arc. He was just an asshole that drank, and then the ghost made it worse when he was trying to stop. So, and if he was, a better human, then he would have told the ghost to fuck off, and he didn't want that ghost lick.
Yeah, for some reason when Dan was telling them, like Abra's parents, like, yeah, he broke my arm when I was a kid. I'm like, I don't know, like 4 or 5, and I'm like, oh Jesus, I forgot. Yeah, that is terrible. Like, what a terrible man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan in the movie, it's kind of funny because he's like, Abra, tell your parents, and then him and what's his name are walking up to the house, and like Abra's dad, just David, just walks up and like grabs him and throws him down, and is trying to like punch him while the other guy's trying to block him. He didn't even care what his story was. He was like, "Who the fuck are you, and why are you like talking to my daughter?"
I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's fair.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I
I
would.
don't know. I don't think having the family doctor there would have like helped either. I mean, I guess
I
it
mean,
does
maybe a
help.
little, but not. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. It just means he's complicit, right?
right.
And now I need a new doctor on top of everything else. Yeah, let me open the book.
For some reason, when I read the last like line or something, where it was like, "And to you, the girls and boys who read my stories, like long days and pleasant nights," and I was like, "Oh, he said it."
Oh my God, did you see the article that I sent you guys? Did you look at that?
No, not yet. Is that about the movie?
It's about several things. Okay, so it's basically about, I don't know. He says he might retire. He's got like two or three books, and then he might like put it down before he's a sniveling bastard and doesn't know what he's saying. And I'm like, whatever, retire when you die. Nobody wants to hear that. And I don't think he wants to retire. It's like I think he's afraid of writing bad stories because he's getting older or something like that.
People will read anything he puts out, even if it's like the like he's gone insane.
Just his fucking
Yeah.
grocery list, they'll fucking read it.
Right.
Hell, I'm one of them. I'll read that shit. I can't remember a time when I wasn't reading a Stephen King book. And the bad books already came out. We call them, Mr. Murder and all them. God damn it, the Hodges trilogy. Couldn't think of it. Is Mr. Murder right? That's Dean Koontz.
Mr. Mercedes?
Yeah, that one. Those three books, like, not a fan. And Holly's okay, but she's kind of cute because she's almost monk-like, but not as bad. But she has her like idiosyncrasies, but
You mean
not.
the show or
Yeah, yeah,
like
like the
religious
guy,
one?
the,
Okay.
the OCD
Yeah.
detective.
Tony
What's his name?
Shalhoub.
Yeah, that's right. So she's kind of like that, but not as bad. So it's like she doesn't. She's almost like borderline autistic, I would say. So she's not good at the social stuff,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
she's smart at the detective stuff. So
Wait, go back to what so you were saying that he said he's retiring maybe? And then what else?
there's two or three books he knows he's writing. One of them is the third installment of The Talisman, even though Peter Straub's dead. I guess they already wrote that book together. They just haven't. He probably has to rewrite it or something.
Yeah.
And he said while he was talking about how he's going to write the third book that he already decided that the territories, which are in the Talisman, are part of the tower. So he's going to wrap them two together in the third book.
gonna wrap the talisman and the tower together.
Yes. So
Interesting.
I don't think do you guys know anything about the talisman? So now we definitely have to do that next, right? Although we got time, I still want to do the stand one, I think. I'm thinking next. And then we could do what?
That's fine with me. I was just gonna say no. I don't know anything about the talisman.
Can't talk.
My
I read it when I was about 13, and it was no, I was a little older. I was about 15, and there was a 13-year-old boy whose mom was dying, and he had to go on a quest to save her into an alternate reality, which is the territories. Everybody in this world has a twinner in the other world, except for some special people who are singular and can travel between both worlds. So, like, I can go to the territories from America, but there's a different version of Amber there and a different alley there. So that's the gist of it. And he has to go get the talisman to save his mom. I don't remember how that works. That's hardly the point. It's the journey. The journey's ridiculous, as
yeah, I
we all
mean
know.
that definitely sounds tower adjacent. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
my mom had, died when I was 12, so I was that kid saving his mom. Like, I was all in. Just one of many reasons that it's been a lifelong obsession, right? It's so relatable, I guess, is the short story, or the short answer. Um, I watched like half the Life of Chuck. It was kind of slow, I gotta say. I think maybe I was just tired though. I have to try that again.
Is that it's a movie?
Yeah, yeah. Every time. Life of Chuck came out. I don't know, it was a month or two ago. I bought it for $5 on Amazon, which means
Mm.
it'll be on every streaming thing next week.
Yeah. Or the next day.
Yeah, like the fucking monkey. I was like, God damn. I didn't really want to wait for the monkey though, because I was excited for that one. And I have to say, Dr. Sleep is much more. Now you kind of have to read it if you want to watch Welcome to Derry, because all this shit that I'm not going to get into that too much, I guess, because we have. What are we doing that next week? Yeah, episode 8's this tonight, right? I think, unless they're taking a week off, but I doubt it. But with the stuff that Dick does and locking everything up in the box that Dan does, and in the book, it's all much more relevant.
yeah,
Wait.
Or Dick's box is in much more trouble than Dan's ever was. Uh, anyway, are you caught up? Is everybody caught up on the theory? It doesn't
no,
matter.
No, I have not watched any more yet.
Oh my God,
I haven't looked.
Sean of all people. I was like, "Are you caught up?" And I haven't watched episode 7 yet because me and Michelle were watching them together. And I was like, "Oh, have you been watching it?" He's like, "Oh my God, blah blah blah." I was like, "You are the worst." Like,
Uh,
he gave away the big secret in episode 7 that I had heard rumors about, and he was like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah," and then blah blah blah, and oh my God, Sean didn't even ask me if I watched. I guess he just assumed I had because it's me.
yeah, I guess I would have. You have to know to say immediately. No spoilers. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he confirmed what I thought I heard, so I'm not gonna say anymore. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not that surprised. Just gotta say, he was like, "Oh my God, the place burned down." Like, that's not a spoiler because we all know that already happened. And then,
The black
and
spot.
yeah, and he's on those people were all racist. I'm like, Sean, it was called the fucking black spot. Like, come on. Yeah, I mean, I remember reading the book. I remember thinking, it's like, is that why they call it that? And I never, or is it like, is it called the black spot because of the fire and it left the black spot? But I don't think that was it. It was just
I
because,
don't think so.
yeah. So that's where they let them, or that's where,
I'm
I don't
sure.
know why they let them have their own hangout, as a matter of fact. Because in
Pretty
the book,
sure the book goes over all those.
yeah, to keep them out of town and hanging out in the local bars, basically.
Wasn't there wasn't there one of the like white guys that like liked him too or didn't hate him or maybe it
Tim
was
who?
maybe well them, I guess, the guys who built the black spot. But
Yeah, fuck, we should
I
almost
guess
go
maybe
back and
not,
read it
maybe.
again, right?
Or at least the history.
When we did it the first time, I had started writing that down, but then I didn't have the time for all that nonsense. But I still
Yeah.
would like to do that. Take all the I mean, I'm sure there's a concordance, or I could just call Robin. But there's so many threads in that book. It's hard to keep them all straight at times. And like I said, this whole Welcome to Derry series is just like a one of the threads that they're exploring, and there's like 500 other stories they could tell.
Yeah.
Although they made some shit up that didn't exist before, but well, that's for another day. Let's get out of it. And I've been seeing 19s everywhere, so I'm starting to take notes.
In Doctor Sleep?
No, just in life. Something the other day they tried 19 times and it didn't work. The Flight 19 of the Bermuda Triangle. I was watching something on that.
Yeah, we've talked about that one before.
So I had to start writing it down because it keeps popping up and I keep not remembering it. But I remember he said that. He was like, I just started seeing 19 everywhere, so I fucking used it. You know?
For
Now
me,
I'm seeing it everywhere.
I've said this before, but it's dates. It'll always be like, Allison disappeared on February 19th, or like, she was murdered on September 19th.
It's a big part of it. Yeah, like if you're watching ID, everything happens on the 19th.
Yeah.
They get found, or they get arrested, they get murdered. It should just skip that day, like the 13th floor of the hotel. It should be like,
Speaking of hotel,
uh-oh. Uh,
I
really?
again, I've said this every time we talk about this book, but I just I like this a lot more than The Shining. I feel like maybe the ending was a little lackluster, but he could have screwed it up a lot more, I guess. So,
Yeah, it felt rushed.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he has these ideas, and sometimes he just waits for them to grow legs till there's more to it. And I think that was just as much as he had for that idea. I like this idea, but I don't like the execution necessarily.
Well, yeah,
I
like
mean,
Alex said, it felt rushed. Like there could have been a different way.
it almost did. Like you need to go do a line or something and go into more detail because it was very neat. It was very clean. I mean, this whole idea is terrifying when you think about it, but it doesn't really scare me for some reason. The way it should, like the way
Yeah.
The Shining does with the ghosty people.
Well, part of The Shining is that they're alone and like cut off from the world.
That's true. That's a big part of it. There's no you're not escaping. There's nowhere to go, and there's no one coming to help except Dick, who, depending on if you read it or watched the movie, had different outcomes. I wonder what, because wait a minute, I wonder what let's just say Andy and Barbara are going to do with that. I wonder if it's even going to come up.
With what?
Probably not. With are they going to follow the movie or the book when it comes to Dick's fate? But they probably won't even bring it up. They're not even going to go there, I would think.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Unless Grandma has like a flash. Oh wait, no, wait, you haven't.
Well, yeah, like okay. I guess unless they see the future, but otherwise that's like way in the future.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, Sean. I mean, some person I know, what Dick has, and I said, hat. Well, in the show, what Dick has, and I'm like, well, he's got like he can see dead people, but he can do this, but he can do that. It's like, well, he's Danny. He can do all the things that Danny can do with one difference. Pennywise is fucking with his shining.
Yeah.
And that makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Can you describe this? It's anything supernaturally that you can think that someone would do is The Shining. Like it's ESP, it's precog, it's talking to dead people.
Yeah, I would say like psychic probably. It's not
Yeah,
all
Depending on the level of shine too.
right.
they are great. Yeah, I'm a candle and she's a searchlight, something like that. How did they not know Abra before? Yeah, like, and I mean, they eat people and they need them to feel as much pain as possible before they die because it's much more nutritious. Those are just all that is just so. I was, in the movie, she's listening to Trevor, what's his face? Bradley Trevor screaming. She can hear him screaming plain as day while they're killing him, and it's just like Rose has like a scalpel in her hand and she's like cutting him, and
I'm pretty
then
sure.
Aber's like stop, and then she stops with the scalpel. She's like, what was that?
Oh yeah. Well, that I was gonna say before you said that, I was like, she does hear him screaming in the book because that's why she's like has that nightmare, and she's like, they're killing the baseball boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was. I don't know if was she watching it happen in the book or was she just feeling it. Like they made it seem like she could see, like she was seeing through Rose's eyes.
Yeah. Well, she definitely saw it, and Rose kind of knew because I remember Crow, like, she stops at one point, and Crow asks her later, he's like, what happened back there? And she said, we had a looker. And that
Yeah,
was Abra dreaming.
Yeah.
she was dreaming. I might just get rid of that blackboard if I'm Dan. Nothing good. No good messages come from that blackboard. Yeah, and it was very like he kept saying about how she was too confident. She had the confidence of the young. I'm like, oh, this is gonna bite her in the ass for sure then, because it keeps coming up, but it didn't really. Like she kind of got kidnapped. The whole mind switching thing is kind of cool too, where like Dan was in Abra and Abra's in Dan.
Yeah, I
It,
like
it, it
it.
reminded me they had that hub. Did I say this last time? They had that hub where they could like. It reminded me of North Central Positronics, that thing where like the light
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
hiding.
Well, just like them working together to fight bad guys and like use mental power, it just definitely reminded me of the Tower a lot.
Where's the Shining fit in the tower? I don't know, but that might be the only one. Uh
And obviously, I loved that. I guess Stephen King got to make it clear that Jack loves his son by having him help them at the end.
Yeah.
I think that's why he wrote the book. He was like, "Fuck you, Kubrick. I'm gonna tie all this shit together."
Right.
Like, yes, he likes his kid. Yes, this. Yes, that. No, this. Wendy does more than just cry all day.
Right.
I think that's what pissed him off too. Wendy had no arc more than anybody, and Wendy was kind of, she's kind of tough in the book,
Yeah.
and she just screams and or cries and holds a knife the whole movie. Um, so that's probably why he rewrote it more than. I don't know. I don't agree with his character arc in Jack. What does he know?
I mean, it's real easy now that he's a ghost. Like, woo, I'm so happy that you're helping your son now.
Oh, that's you're talking about the last line. What was it like? His
Well, when he like hits bump or he's like pushing, I guess helping, I
oh,
don't know.
he did the person in the porta potty, wherever the fuck they were. Doing
Mm,
No. When Rose is trying to make Dan strangle himself, and she gets like puffed with a
oh
breath of
right.
air
yeah.
or something, and it distracts her enough that he can like stop her.
Yeah.
Why do they all have weird nicknames? You can't just call him Barry. It's got to be Barry the Chink. Like, come on, man.
Good question.
That's the Rube names. They kept the Rube name and just added to it.
I can't believe they're so easy to kill too. Like you would think it wouldn't be that easy.
In the
Yeah.
movie, they were talking about when Grandpa Flick died, and she was like, "You have seen like fucking Rome rise and fall and this and that." I'm like, no, he's not that fucking old. You people like didn't exist before like the I don't know 1800s. I don't even know where you came from. So like it does feel kind of rushed because he didn't really bother with backstories or anything. He was just like, yeah, here they are.
Yeah, and then they were like pretty much all gone. Because
Yeah, they're all dead now. Like here they are, and now they're all dead. It was like an episode of X Files or something,
hmm
Yeah.
or like a
Well, it just seems super convenient too that she like broke her neck during the fall.
right. That wait, so you can fall and die? Because that seems very. I don't know. With all these superpower, you got to fucking feed off people's minds for crying out loud. You think he'd be a little more have some better benefits out of that deal?
Right. Especially like when you think about Pennywise, where it's like, oh my god, like how do we kill this ancient demon?
Yeah.
And then
You
her, it's
gotta
like just break her neck.
right. Like nobody's ever tried that before. And in the movie, like when Albert was like, "Get out of my fucking head," and she like, but she's sitting on top of the RV, and she blows her off the RV, and she flies like 40 feet in the air and lands and stands up. So, okay,
Okay, yeah. I don't understand.
fucking Mike Flanagan. What does he know? But he didn't like the Chuck, I think, too, though. I think I saw it. And that's if it bleeds, maybe I don't remember which one this from. I don't. They always make these. Well, they make stories out of everything he writes, but like they seem to pick the ones that I'm like, wait, I barely remember that one. Why are they doing that one? Like in that book, there are two other stories that are way more interesting, and one is like the Outsider Part Two with shape shifting DNA stealing demons, which was Holly Gibney's first case. It was the Outsider. That's where she came from.
Mm,
I said Mr. Mercedes, didn't I? Wait a minute. Wait. I don't know which one came first. I can't remember.
I think Mr. Mercedes did.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, that sounds right. The Outsider was cool. I like that one.
I never quite understand why they decided to do what they do either, because it's like not necessary. A lot of times, like the Carrie series, it's like that's I guess a long known title, but it doesn't mean it's the best title.
Does anybody care anymore? Right, Carrie. Right, she can like kill all our classmates. Yeah, we've seen that like six
Pig's
times.
blood, yeah, right. We got it.
Right. Can we upgrade the system though? Maybe, but with the ropes and the pulleys, maybe we can get like an app going or something. I have no idea why they think they need to make a Carrie TV show even. So they're going to spread it out. Like the Pennywise one is fucking. I'm all in on that. I love it.
Yes.
Well, there's so much backstory with it and Pennywise that makes sense. Carrie is like, isn't it one of his shortest books?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah. Why you
famously
don't need to
rescued
say
out of the trash can after 150 pages. I think it's. I think the book is like maybe 200 pages, if that. So there's.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. There's some backstory you could explore there with the crazy mom and the religion and the growing up with the powers, but there's also 8 million other backstories we could do that haven't been done yet.
Yeah.
like the tower.
Right. I know. I'm like, why do we keep doing a 200-page book and we can't do the tower?
Do the tower's
Well,
hard.
I guess, wait, I was like, as soon as I said it out loud, I'm like, wait, okay, I guess I get it.
For a movie that makes sense. For a TV show, if you're gonna invest in a TV show, do a tower.
Oh, God.
Who's doing the Carrie show? Do we know?
I think it's Flanagan.
What? I need to talk to him.
I know. That's why I'm like, come on.
There's way more important shit for him to be working on. There was something else. Let me see. What else was in that story? He's he says he's working off the warranty and he's unsure how much longer he's going to write. Come on. I don't believe that for a second. I gotta tell you.
It really doesn't even matter what he thinks because he's gonna write until he can't, literally can't, and it's gonna be like popular.
He's going to be publishing novels, probably Amber, until you die
Yeah.
because there's so much backup. That'll be kind of weird, right? Stephen, I don't even want to put that in the universe. Never mind. But it'll be new books coming out long posthumously. Is that how you say it? Probably for 20 years.
Mhm.
Well, I'm trying to get through the Institute, and I'm really struggling with that one. That's also a cool story that feels a little rushed. Feels like that time period where he's been writing, like after the tower was over, and when he's not doing drugs, it just are good ideas that didn't get explored enough.
Yeah.
Like the Institute, here's a thing with psychic kids. I gotta tell you. Matter of fact, in the Institute, and the main bad guy is the what's her name from Weeds? What's her name? Mary Louise Parker or something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird because she's a way different character. It's hard for me to take her seriously as being evil because I'm just like it's like whatever. I feel like she's out to yell her back door selling weed to somebody
Right.
with what's his name, Kevin Nealon, hanging out at her house.
Is The Institute a show or a movie?
The show MGM. Point is, it's a bunch of psychic kids, and the people there are manipulating their psychic power. They kidnap them in the middle of the night, manipulate their psychic powers to, I think, for nefarious government purposes. I'm not sure. It's something. If the institute was run by the shop, which they haven't said it is, it would make perfect sense. Like, just gonna put it that way. And speaking of which, that's a whole nother avenue that he's never explored that would be fucking awesome. Like all the things the shop gets into,
Yeah.
like the Maska. I think I need to write some
Yeah.
fan fiction, right? That would be scary to do for him, though. I would, it wouldn't matter. You have to make sure you got it right.
What? Like why? Because it would be horrible.
Because I would not want him to see it and say this is all bullshit, something like that. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is all wrong. No, 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 no.
Who? Never mind.
If I wrote fan fiction, I'm talking about
Oh,
Stephen King.
you. Oh. Okay. I misunderstood.
I would put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure I did it right, and that might
I
not
don't
be the
even
best
think.
idea.
I feel like he wouldn't think that way because he'd be like, "Oh, I really like this
Oh
interpretation."
yeah, probably not. You'd probably be like, "Oh, that's cool. I would have done that, but that's cool."
Yeah. Or he's
I
like, "Oh,
mean,
that's a good idea."
the beginning of the Stan book, I keep forgetting what that's called.
Yeah, I don't remember.
They were like, "Oh my god, what about this?" The two, I think it's two guys that started it. They were like, "What about this?" And what if Stu did this? And fuck Franny. And they were like, "Well, let's just write some stories and hey, let's ask Steve. He'll never say yes, but let's just ask him, and then we'll know if we can actually do this." And he was like, "Hell yeah, go ahead." And they're like, "Well, now we got to do it." I'm actually excited for that because the stand's like it. There's so much there. There's a lot of avenues to explore, especially with the whole apocalypse and end of the world thing. You could do before stories and after stories.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it could be endless. I was thinking in like 100 years, are they gonna be like, remember the? Well, that's probably not even long enough. Is it ever gonna end? Is it just gonna be like Shakespeare forever now? Or are they gonna be like, remember that 200-year period when like Stephen King was like the only author you heard all the time?
I'd be okay with that.
Mhm.
Yeah, the world was coming back already, and they had the power back on. But sabotage is real. I don't know. Who knows? I think trying to think it out as I'm saying it, but I think we'd probably end up right back where we left if I had to guess. But I don't know. It would probably take a couple 100 years
Wait, what do you mean?
if the world ended and all the
That's not what
okay. But then tell me what you're talking about.
I meant. Like in history, when they look back at this time period, they're gonna be like the era of Stephen King.
Oh, it definitely is. There's no way it's not.
And then like, but then maybe it just will never end, and he'll be like our version of Shakespeare now.
I think history's gonna. What do I know? He never got any respect because they considered him like a pop culture writer, like for the first 20 years. But I think he's moved past that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I He's fucking amazing storyteller, and the stories never stop. I don't know how you could. I think history will look at him as one of them. Easily prolific, but that doesn't make you good. I think he's going to be considered horror, not just one of the, better than Lovecraft, better than Bram Stoker. Who else is out there? Yes, it's going to be the era of Stephen King. There's Dean Koontz, there's Anne Rice, uh, does Patterson count? He writes a book every 10 minutes.
It's not even just the books though, it's the fact that everything he touches becomes another form of media too. Like it's just
He's such a
cra-
gold mine.
iconic.
Yeah, it's almost weird. Like, does he write it going, no, let's change this scene because that's going to be a movie next year. Like that's not
Probably
going to work
not.
for the movie. I would think he rails against that at all costs, honestly. You know, I've said that before, but he had to grudgingly accept the fact that he has fans that have never read a book.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The nice thing now, though, at least, is that like the things that they're making movies out of, the directors or producers or whoever are running them are such big fans typically at this point that they want to run everything by him and they want to do it justice. Unlike Kubrick, who's like, yeah, we can do this.
Yeah, that's a great point.
yeah, they're like us. They grew up fans, and now they're making fucking movies. Like
Yep.
Flanagan said, like you think you want me to get this tower out? Like, yeah, well, you're put pressure on me. That's nothing compared to the pressure I'm putting on myself because I have to like write the script and then send it to Stephen King and see what he thinks. So
Yeah.
you got nothing. So he's just like, it takes a while. I'm like, okay, but you could do like the Gunslinger. We could start there. That's like a short 200-page book, right? I think he's doing a movie and then a TV series, something like that. So I don't know how the does that mean if you're starting with a movie, do you start at the beginning? Not even sure.
I think.
You could
Yeah.
take the movie through what drawing of the three, just about, right?
It just
But
feels like weird. I feel like it should all be a show or all be a movie series.
yeah, that's also yeah. I don't know why they need. I guess they're trying to get the box office draw or
Or
something.
start with the show and end with the movie. I'd like that better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 2-hour finale or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you just make book seven a movie. It'd be like 10 hours. That book is packed with just nonstop. Like it's one bad thing after a fucking another. Those kids don't get a break.
Yeah, which is what makes it so fun to read. Like, it's very hard to put down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Sometimes I'm like, could I use a chapter where like Bev's just doing her hair or something so we can like just like take a like relax a little bit?
I remember there was a chapter they were like making a joke, and I was like, what is this? They're like having fun? This is weird.
You're losers. You don't have fun.
You're supposed to be in terror 24/7.
This is Derry. Just look around and get scared of somebody. I think. Stop playing with your slingshot.
If you're in town, someone's going to be glaring at you wherever you look.
Yep.
They do the whole Smile thing in the TV show. It reminds me of Smile, and I'm like, well, Smile got it from Pennywise, basically, right? I forgot how much like he smiles. I'm like, you know what? That's probably what they're probably Stephen King fans. I don't know who made the movie.
Yeah, but it's more unnerving when a human does it than when Pennywise does it, in
Well,
my
he's
opinion.
like, it's not Pennywise doing it. It's like the security guard at the jail smiles at her, or the guy in the pharmacy smiles at
Yeah.
him. Like so, like the whole town's possessed. The adults are in on it almost. I don't know what that means. Does he like possessing people now? That's new, right?
Is it?
That's a question for next week. We gotta talk about this soon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll try. So, I don't even know where the hell we left off last time, but I've been done with
When
this
I
book
started,
for.
yeah, I was like, when I started reading this section, I was like, I don't even remember what happened. Like, I have to like read the last chapter we read.
So they went to get Abra, I think is where we're at, and Abra killed them all.
E-
Who?
John and Dave,
Mm.
didn't they shoot them?
Is that how they died? I can't remember how they died. They were in the
Or
van,
well, oh
right?
yeah, and then I think one of them rammed Andy's head with the rifle.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Well, pretty convenient, pretty anticlimactic. Although she got kidnapped anyway after that, right?
She did, and I felt like that was a little like I understand it's for the story, it's the plot line, whatever, but I'm like I don't if somebody leaves traces of themselves all the time in the places where they frequent, then why would you suspect that she's like tricking you? Like it's just it feels too like like, I don't know, on the nose.
Like they should have known it was a setup.
No, like they shouldn't have known. But Barry, when he was dying, was like, I felt her presence in her hometown for a second. And he was like, yeah, so what? She's there all the time. And he's like, yeah, you're right. It's probably nothing. And then that's how the crow ended up like finding her.
Right.
But whatever. It's like, I get it's a story.
They killed my crow. Yeah, they do die kind of easy for some weird supernatural vampire things.
Way too easy.
They didn't even get like the full vampire powers apparently. And the whole they didn't put that in the movie, but the whole like big giant buck tooth sticking out the middle of her fucking face, it's not terrifying. I was laughing every time he mentioned that. She has a big giant. What does the tooth do? It eats psychic powers. I don't. How does that relate?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like a vampire.
Right, but I don't think she actually bites anybody that I remember. She just uses stuff to kill them slowly. I must have audiobook this part because I got like no highlight.
Well, and it never really said how they get the steam, eat the steam, inhale it, like whatever happens with it.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you
a good
mean?
point.
How they get it? From the people?
Yeah, so like, does she stab them with the tooth to release the steam, or what? It never goes into that. So the fact that they just have one giant tusk-shaped tooth, I think, was just to be scary, but did not quite hit the mark.
Yeah. No, it made me think of Buckwheat, honestly. Or like it
Oh.
made me think of Eddie Murphy playing Buckwheat on Saturday Night Live. That's what it made me think. Uh, but that might be because I just watched the Eddie Murphy documentary last week.
Mhm.
Which was pretty good. If you guys, I don't know if you're old enough to give a shit.
Did he do anything bad?
No,
Okay, good.
no, oh, not like no, not at all.
You just never know anymore.
Well, I mean, if there's documentary, you should probably assume that, right? No, the only thing he did was tell SNL "fuck you" for like 30 years, and then he went back.
That's fun.
Yeah, and every one of them are like, "Oh my god, it's Eddie Murphy." Like Pete Davidson is like fanboying over Eddie Murphy. It's kind of weird. And he was like, and Eddie's just sitting there like on his phone watching TV, and I'm like, "Oh my god, you're Eddie Murphy. You're like a normal dude." It's like, yeah, famous people like you're famous too, stupid. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, you're
Especially
not Eddie
Pete
Murphy famous,
Davidson.
I guess, but I like the commercial with him. I used to not really like his shtick, but it's gotten a little better, I think.
Pete Davidson?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the one where he's talking to Alexa, and he's like, "Should I go with Peter?" He's like, "How about double P?" She's like, "You want to walk around and be called PP?" He's like, "Maybe I won't do that." I try to talk to mine that way, but it doesn't work. They don't keep listening. It's probably a setting. Here I go again. I
Well,
don't
you
have any.
said
Yeah,
the thing you said about like the tooth not really being scary. For some reason, it made me think of like the parts of the book that I did think were scary, and I loved the scene with what's her name and Horace, the ghost that got unleashed. Sally, sorry, something.
that's who I was talking about in the shed. Who kept her? Who? Oh, it was Horace, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
That's right.
you
Okay.
realized that there was a corpse in there with her, and it was like,
yeah, that whole moment was so great. I was like, yeah, get it.
I bet the corpses were happy. They had nothing to do. Like, what were they dead? Well, that's the wrong answer. Question. Are they
Apparently, Mrs.
aware? Yeah. Well, she's different. She had some real issues. Miss Massey's the one who's a little toy boy, like left her while she was sleeping in bed, right? That was the one.
Yes.
And then, hey, oh, so Dan has a sister.
Oh my god, I totally forgot to say. I forgot that that was a thing.
So that makes me see him in a way different light because up to this point, I was like, well, at least he hadn't done that. He was just a drunk, but now he's just a.
Child abuser is worse than cheater, I think.
I mean,
Like
I
based on
guess
what he did and like his short temper and all that, like it just doesn't surprise me that he would cheat.
it
Not
doesn't.
at all.
And I'm kind of surprised it had come up before. He honestly probably did all the time.
And
People
I
I've
think
known like that
Wendy,
weren't exactly faithful to anything except alcohol.
Yeah.
well, two things actually. I think even Wendy either knew or if she would have known, I don't think she would have left him. And then two, he had a line in there that was like, everybody knows alcoholics are, well, I'm paraphrasing, but it was basically like alcoholics are cheaters too. And I'm like, are you talking about yourself there, mister? I
Believe not,
assume not.
especially when he's talking about like people that drink and their internal thoughts. I'm like, is this autobiographical? I
Yeah.
think he was probably too. I don't know how do you say it. When you're famous like that, how do you cheat? Everybody knows
Like
who
it
you are.
happens all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like he was more isolated, right? I don't know.
Honestly don't really get that vibe from him, but sometimes when he says those things, I'm like, wait, is this speaking from experience or is this just a random thought?
How much Jack was he? He's probably more Dan than Jack. At least I'm hoping.
Yeah, I agree.
We got a Hogwarts reference. So feel mixed about that. That was back when they
I
were still
know.
BFFs, right? They were still DMing each other back then.
He loves to put her in the books back in the day. I'm like, ugh.
I can only imagine he read the books and loved them like everybody else in the world. So that's why he did that.
True.
I mean, it's it's hard. I like the books. Can't stand. It's like she should have never fucking opened her mouth.
Trust me, there's an entire generation that feels that way.
Yep.
I know, like she ruined, yeah, like you guys, this whole generation childhood. Like I remember when them books came out. There was a fuck. I was excited, and I wasn't even like into them like that. I read like the first one, the fourth one, and the last one. I was like, okay, I get it.
Do you know what year was Doctor Sleep published? Oh
Uh,
wait, he said it. He wrote it 2011, 2012. Was that before she started saying things?
has it been that
Oh
long
yeah.
since she?
Well, she started spouting off in like during the pandemic. That's when everything blew
Yeah,
up.
because she goes.
I thought it was a lot longer than. Okay, yeah, time
A
is
lot
a
of people
lie.
said. A lot of people said dumb shit at the pandemic because they had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Roseanne got herself fired from her own show. Um, yeah, so yeah, that's how it works, maybe. Um, but yeah, so Everett's mom is Jack's. I mean Dan's sister, right? Half sister, whatever. Who's that? Wait.
No, Abra is his niece.
Ever is his niece.
Her
Lucy.
mom is Dan's sister.
If Aber's his niece, then her mom's his sister.
Yes.
Yes.
Who's Lucy's mom? I guess we don't. Some rando. We don't even know.
She died in a car crash.
Fucking convenient one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was a party girl, quote unquote.
I think Aber's. Aber. Damn, I think Allie's right. It does feel kind of rushed at the end. Like it was kind of moving. I don't know. I think I like The Shining better. It's a slow burn. Maybe just because I read that when I was younger.
The story to me was a lot more entertaining in Doctor Sleep, but that's just my opinion.
Well, there's more characters, right?
Maybe that's why.
The Shining's ambitious for his third book. I don't even consider it. How do you populate a book with no people, or with no extra people? Dean Koontz has a book where it's just a computer that goes insane, and the whole book is like one long sentence, and it's just the computer
Oh
like
my god.
spouting out like stuff that it's doing. It's like holding people hostage in the house or something.
That is kind of awesome, though.
Yeah, like that's a great theory. I think I would
Yeah,
be
it's like
very bothered that it's just one long sentence, though.
there may be a couple, but it's like it's tough at times. Maybe I don't even know if there's chapters. I can't remember. What was that called? That was a weird one. He had some weird ones. I'm surprised he's not more popular these days. He hasn't had the renaissance that Stephen King has. That's for sure. And he's got some like his ideas aren't as big as Stephen King's, so they would be better movies, I would think. Um, they got some really cool ones. Anyway, we should do a Dean Koontz book one day. As soon as we run out of Stephen King books. And he makes sure to put that it was the boiler in Doctor Sleep too, and not the hedge maze. Well, the hedge maze didn't exist actually, right?
Right.
Tony's his.
But still, my point is like the boiler doesn't make him a good guy, though. Like it just means he forgot while he was trying to kill his family.
It's self-preservation because he didn't want to die either, right?
Right.
Although he kept saying it's me they want, not Danny. So let's assume you're right. How do you think that's going to end if they want you?
I think I vaguely remember somebody asking him like, "What are you gonna do here?" And he was like, "Oh, they've got something for me." I can't remember what he said.
What do you mean, like?
Felt like he was like, I don't remember something about they've
Well,
got plans for me.
The
he was
ghost?
supposed to be the new manager or something.
Yeah, maybe that's what I remember.
So
The
he thought in his mind.
same thing they told Grady. Just like, yeah, and Dan's talking to. That would be hard. Can you imagine looking at somebody and all of a sudden they look like somebody else? Like talking to Dan, but Abra's answering.
No, that would be very trippy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, who gave me acid? I don't remember that. That's a neat trick. Do it again. Billy saved the day, right? But what? He's old as fuck at some points, and then other points he's attacking Crow. So in the movie, he's like Dan's age. They're like the same age. But it's Billy that has cancer, right? And who does face was crawling with flies? Did Dan see his own face doing that?
Yeah, because he had what's her name? Yeah, Momo
Oh,
like
that's
locked.
what that was. I kind of was like, yeah, I guess we should talk about that. That was confusing. I really wasn't sure what the hell was going on with all that. So she was dying. He ate her cancer basically and held it until they unleashed it on all the True Nut. Is that what that
Yes.
was? Okay, I guess. Interesting. Didn't something like that happen in another story? It was a movie I watched. Rose is overconfident. When I was growing up, I liked Stephen King because he was no happy endings. Something bad was going to fucking happen to somebody. Because I hated reading a book and everything worked out in the end. They went through all this shit and everybody lives and happily ever after. No, fuck that. Because I didn't get to live any happily ever after. So that's how I got into him because no, there was bad shit happening to people. You knew it wasn't George Martin, but you knew not everybody was making it out of there. Now in his later years, everybody seems to be surviving. It's not the same.
Well, this one maybe benefit of the doubt is because The Shining was so gruesome.
Yeah, but one person died in The Shining too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So we got two books and one person died in two books. Come on.
I did think Dan was gonna die, even though I've read this and I forgot.
I would have been okay if he did, like some kind of save opera, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, Dan didn't. I mean, I'm confusing Dan with Jack. I think Dan didn't deserve to die. He didn't do anything wrong.
No,
But
I didn't say he deserved to.
well, no, I was thinking like after what he did, like he should die and just like call it good in the universe. And I'm like, oh well, no, wait, he didn't do anything. That was his dad who did all that shit.
Yeah.
Adult Dan confuses me with Jack, or adult Danny confuses me with Jack.
Dan is 15 years sober and finally told his story that nobody cared about.
That was also odd, because yeah, Deanie's story. I don't know. Career Drunk doesn't have a story like that.
I know, it makes me think, what was his story that he told that nobody cared?
That's what I was thinking. What was Stephen King's story that he was holding that he didn't want anybody to know about? It's probably about how he had a kid somewhere. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Allegedly.
Right.
Ha!
Yeah, but when he was like, oh my god, and then like people were like coughing and getting coffee, and he was like, well, damn, that was underwhelming. Like, you held that for 15 years, and the truth will set you free. What was that from? I disagree. It was very underwhelming, and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
at least he had a confrontation. I don't know. As far as endings go, I mean, sure, everybody lived, but it was action packed and there was a lot going on there. But it was kind of convenient. They're like, let's just show up and she's going to think this and she's going to think this, and we'll just put everybody there and everything will work. There'll be some bumps in the road, but it'll all work out. Don't worry about
I don't know what I necessarily wanted to happen, but it definitely felt like the villains all went down with like no pushback.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all these supernatural vampires just fucking died without a whimper. Well, there was a lot of whimpers actually, but it seemed really easy. Like this, it's so War of the World, like supernatural, and they live forever unless you get a disease. They've never had a goddamn disease before. Oh wait, it never used to matter, but now it does, right? Isn't that what happened? So something changed that now diseases kill them.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's also very convenient. I don't think he knew how to get rid of them. He spent all his time creating them. He's like, fuck, how do I get rid of these things? But and that's what always happens, right? Because he's like, hey, what about that? And then he starts writing, and then he doesn't know where he's going with it. I mean, it was
Yeah.
very convenient. I don't. I guess that's why I like The Shining better. It didn't. It was just scarier and not as convenient. It just could have been. They could have done some backstory. They could have done some history. This is a bigger idea than what he gave it. I guess is what I said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem necessarily with the ending. I just wish it had been fleshed out more.
Yeah, somebody should have done. Just kill Billy. What the fuck? He's old. He was getting cancer anyway.
Well, I thought for sure Billy was dead too. You're right. Sorry, somebody should have died.
See? I mean, we're tower survivors for crying out loud. Nobody gets to fucking live if Eddie dies.
Right. And Jake. And Oi.
Except goddamn Suzanne. Fuck Suzanne. I wonder. There's a video that do you know the tower song that come Kamala that I probably have shared with you guys before.
Oh, yeah.
There's I think it's Kamala comes six. They're on the video. They just show like snow and boots and people walking in snow. And every time I'm like, oh. And every time I go outside my house right now, I'm like, oh. Like that fucking cold for some reason that I didn't remember. And when we went back and reread it, it didn't seem that bad. But in my memory, it bothered the shit out of me.
You know what's funny? Ever since I felt like I felt that way until we reread it, and now I don't really think about that anymore.
That just cold enough to not die, but not be warm for what was it
Right.
like 4 days? Like
And with no jacket and no fire.
right, sleeping, shivering. I'm not sure I could do that. I can't do that in my goddamn living room. I need a blanket, and I got the heat on. Although it is cold out here, especially with Fred. He likes to go back and forth. Fred doesn't know what snow and winter means. They were both out there today, laying in the snow, taking a nap.
I was like, I think they know, and I think they love it.
No, well, that's also true. They know what it means, and they're like, hey, they hate the wind, but they love the snow. The two kind of go together a lot, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And yeah, so wait, where is it? We got Steamhead Steve. Aren't they all Steamheads? How did he get that nickname? He must be stealing steam or something, right? Baba the Red. No idea what that one is. Sounds like a Viking name, like Eric the Red. Bent Dick. I'm not even gonna go there. I know what that guy's problem is.
Maybe he has
Jeez.
scoliosis and he's mean.
Right? Maybe his name's Dick, and he's old and he leans over. Uh, Greedy. And then the whole beginning of the book is well, not the whole, but recruiting what's her name, Andrea, into the True Knot, and then she just goes and dies when I wasn't even like paying attention really. I was like, wait, she's dead too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He made like a big deal out of her, and then like kind of never went back to her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like a lot of them just died way too easily, and it's like, okay, it's like our protagonists are too overpowered in the story.
I mean,
Yeah.
is Abra the only super psychic they've ever met in their life? Like this has never come up before. And you
Seems
didn't
like
think it was going to be dangerous going after someone more powerful than anyone you heard of? I wouldn't want to have to eat psychic people, just saying. I would rather eat normal people. It's much less dangerous, man. Psychic people will see you coming, shit. You're
Yeah,
shitting. Yeah, and then there's Silent Ceres. She's the one that was in the shed, right?
yeah. Silent Sherry in the shed selling shelves.
Hard one, because it's Ceres, Silent Ceres in the shed selling seashells with Sally and Mrs. Massey.
I think Mrs. Massey is gone.
yeah, she does.
Dick. Wait, have you watched it? Never mind. I'm not even going to ask. We'll worry about that next week. But it's very Shining related. It's kind of hard not to talk about that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good timing.
It is. Wait, we timed that good, right? We decided to read The Shining when it was coming out. I had no idea that that was going to be a thing.
It's little 19.
It's level 19 of the tower.
Well,
What is on level 19? Do they have numbers, or they just call them levels? And or they need a Robin to organize the tower levels.
was he
Yeah.
actually? That's a good point. I don't remember. I mean, well, we know the Crimson isn't the Crimson King stuck on a specific level.
No, he's stuck in the top. The tower is the nexus of all worlds. There's no levels at the top. You have to go. I guess you have to go to a level from the tower. I don't. Nobody's ever left the tower to go somewhere, right? Well, I guess Roland did.
Well, yeah, Roland does repeatedly.
Kind of. Actually, no, that doesn't really count either. Right? No one's ever taken the tower out. They just go to the towers. And the fact that nobody comes back, maybe they should stop trying that, or take a fucking horn with it.
I was gonna say neither of those he can remember. So
Somebody should just be like, just take this. Just trust me. Just fucking take it.
the yellow card man needs to show up.
Yeah, right. And it's too bad he thought of that at the end, because he could have been having like flashes of having done this before and vague weird memories they all throughout, like because he's
Yeah.
done this before. How many? We don't even know how many times. Nobody knows how many times, which is so bleak and depressing when you think about it. That
Uh-huh.
the journey's great, but not when you have to do it for eternity.
Yeah.
I don't need Eddie to die again. Can we like change it up? Some of the details. Kill Susanna instead, maybe.
I mean, presumably next time will be different.
They said that last time.
Did they?
I'm assuming. I don't know. Why was this time different? Because like somebody told him to grab the horn this fucking time.
Yeah, because he had the horn this time, right?
I don't remember.
I'm
Did he
pretty sure.
actually have it?
So
I'll probably give it to Cuthbert.
I don't remember specifically, but I remember there was some sign that like things might be different this time.
Yeah, there was like a vague sense of hope, but I don't remember why necessarily. But about the reason. When those movies start coming out or whatever, we may have to do that so we can talk about everything they did wrong.
You
And
mean
then Jane
Mike
Adler
Flanagan?
too. Yeah, what?
I said you mean Mike Flanagan?
Yeah,
What do
we'll
you
see.
think?
What has he done? So he's doing Carrie. He did Chuck. He did what's the other one?
Gerald's Game.
Oh, that was a pretty good one. I gotta
Yeah.
say that one was tough to do, but when you have one person with inner dialogue, all you do is make up a ghost for them to talk to. Even I know that.
And then add a real serial killer.
That guy, yeah. Not only was he a serial killer, he had a deformity that made him look like a fucking monster.
Hmm.
That's so terrifying when you go back and you're like, holy shit, there was actually somebody there. Like,
Such a
why didn't
good.
you,
I would say it's such a good story.
that and Rose Matter came out at the exact same time. So I feel like maybe he was having somebody he knew was having relationship issues with abusive spouses. Do you know what Rose Matter is about?
No.
She's an abused wife. That's all I've got to say. She and her escape is what her way to get away from it is what makes it Stephen King. Yeah, I don't know that I have a whole lot to fucking say. I still got 100 pages of stuff in my thing that I haven't looked at, but
I mean, we've been bouncing around. I
Yeah.
feel like,
yeah, it's Amber said she was coming. She came. Rose didn't realize they did a mind switchy thing, which I mean, she should have been looking for that because she did it too, right?
yeah. Also, how did she not sense Dan? I forgot about that.
I don't know because she thought it was wait. So it was. Let me think about this. It was Abra and Dan's body at the Overlook or the whatever they're called, right?
Yeah.
Then Abra's body was in fucking New Hampshire or something.
Yes.
So he should have sensed Dan's mind then, right? She's not sensing your body; she's sensing your. Yeah, that's a loophole.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess because she wasn't looking for someone else, she was just looking for Abra, that was all she was focusing on.
Maybe Abra was like projecting herself from there too, or something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
Wait, no, she would have sensed Abra, not Dan, because it was Dan's body and Abra's mind, right? It's
Yes.
confusing. This shit's hard to keep straight.
she wasn't, she was intentionally not looking for her.
Oh,
She
well, that
didn't
was
want to
weird too.
connect because she didn't want to be like trapped again.
Oh, yeah. Is that the first time she like? I keep going back to that. Like met someone that powerful. That seems unlikely.
Must have been.
She let herself get complacent. She got overconfident. They both did. They should have like both died because they were both too confident. They should have like killed each other in some kind of psychic weird,
Blast.
yeah, like mind attack. Uh,
I mean, I definitely don't think Abra should have died.
Why not? Jake died.
yeah, yeah. Fuck Amber.
No, I'm kidding.
Touche.
So we think Jake should have died. Is that what we're saying?
No, of course not. But that doesn't mean that all children have to die.
In horror books, a lot of them do.
I think definitely one of the men should have died.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them just kind of hanging out. I feel like they were very peripheral. They could have got rid of. They could have killed some
Between
people and like fulfilled that part without actually getting rid of anyone.
Yeah, you have Billy, John, Dave, and Dan. And yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, we'll leave Dave alone. Just saying. Billy and John, you know what this was. You signed up for it, and you were told just to. Well, you didn't have a choice because Rose is aware of her now. She's not going to stop. But I feel like, well, she predicted like she wasn't, but she's kind of dumb after what Abra did to her. Like I'd be like, okay, we'll just leave that one alone. We need a way better plan to try to even deal with it. This poor you
Yeah.
just go up there and stick a needle in her neck. And, like, what could go wrong? They don't have a way to like psychically disable her, or like stick her in one of Dan's boxes or something.
Um,
Can you do that to living people? I wonder if he ever tried that.
he said he tried to do it to his alcoholism, but he didn't want it to work. So
Well,
That's
that
not
was his.
that's a part of him. That's like trying to put himself in there. That's not like a. entity. Well, I guess what the theory there is that the ghosts are part of him also, right? They don't exist. I don't know. That's confusing. The Overlook's gone. The ghosts are still there, and they only exist in his head, but they're not part of him. All right, fuck it. Move on. Lucy, I'm your half brother. Very good. Very good, Vader. Any final thoughts? I don't.
I think I've said yeah most of what I need to say. I liked it. Felt
I
like
wish I would have liked to have more of Momo. Like she was the only one that was kind of like in on the
it,
whole thing. Like I kind of wanted to know what she could do.
yeah, definitely. I was not ready for her to go and die. I was like, oh, okay.
I think she was dying the whole time. Honestly. Like she kept like being
One
really
main
old.
character who died.
Yeah, does she count? I don't know. She died of natural causes, first of all. Like that, but I don't even know if she was a main character. She was kind of like, well, I guess if you're gonna call John Dalton the main character, she was. All right, so we got one that died that we cared so much we forgot about her.
I don't consider that a casualty.
Yeah, me neither, because she wasn't. Well, she was like she wasn't in on the attack, but I guess she was.
She was already gonna die.
Yeah, and I mean, she kind of was a crucial part of the attack because
Right.
her death killed crew members.
Yeah.
So could Dan have taken her cancer before she died?
Probably not.
I don't think, yeah.
Just saying.
Because he
Gotta be
can
a hard
only
movie.
put things, he can only put like the ghosts in the lock boxes. And I
Where did he put the
guess,
cancer? In him somewhere? Because it was eating at him, right? Yeah.
yeah, that's a good question because how, I guess, I don't know. So it would have had to have been like in her steam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Who cares? Book wasn't good enough. Um. Okay. I think I'm good. She's not going anywhere near that woman or her child killing friends. Yeah. That ship has sailed. I don't know. It's hard for me to see this Dan as Danny. It just kind of seemed like two different people, but it's a 40 years later sequel. That's probably got something to do with it. He's not 5 years old anymore. Which every
No.
time I think about that, I'm like, damn, that kid was five. Wow. Like I don't even know if I have any memories at five. I might have one or two.
I know, I was just thinking, like, can you even, what can you do at 5? Like, I know you can walk and talk a little.
Yeah, like I barely knew.
I guess you can play T-ball.
I barely, yeah. Well, I did that. Six. I didn't play table till six. I took naps in preschool.
I did gymnastics in kindergarten.
Yeah, I was gonna say kindergarten. I don't fucking remember kindergarten. For some reason, I remember the naps in preschool, but not. I remember the bathroom was in the classroom in kindergarten, and it was like,
Yeah.
every time it was recess, there was a line of people waiting for the bathroom, and I had to poop, so everybody got mad at me.
Oh,
Those are my kindergarten memories.
at least you didn't let them stop you.
Right. That wasn't an option. Because honestly, it was a long time ago, but I don't remember that even being a thought. Like maybe I shouldn't do this. I was just like, man, I gotta go. No, like at five, you don't have social cues or
Yeah.
etiquettes to follow. But yeah, so imagine being Danny at five and all the shit he was going through. Like I could barely navigate normal life.
Mm.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he wasn't shooting heroin or something. All he did was drink. Like goddamn.
Yeah. Especially to know that, like, even if those things are locked away, they're still in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard. That's weird. So they can come out anytime, but do they are they part of him. So they're not ghosts. They're something else.
I don't know.
I feel like he was high that day. He was just like, "What about this?" Oh, that'll confuse the shit out of him. They're
He
ghosts
likes to
that
do
exist.
a lot of conceptual or like meta kind of ideas sometimes. And I'm like, okay, but like don't think too hard about it.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're doing. We're just overanalyzing because that's what we do. I think my pajamas have a tail or wings on the back. I think
Well,
he's
he
got a
has
shiny. Uh,
Gengar.
Gengar has a tail.
Yeah.
yeah, I got a line of ridges going up my back. I can feel, and I have a tail. Is he a dinosaur?
He's a Pokemon.
He's a
I mean, Pokemons are like all kinds of different.
They're not well, they're kind yeah. Yeah, I guess they are kind of animal.
Well,
definitely are.
anyway, well, that's enough of that. Time to sleep. Yay. Goodbye.
If we are I forgot I can't do next Sunday because I might be going with Jessica to visit Grammy for the day.
Cool. I'll edit that out. Uh, actually, I don't know what that might. I just said
Doesn't
Sean
it
said.
doesn't matter.
16. Uh, yay, Grammy. Yeah, yay, Jessica. There you go. So give them a call out in case
Shout out.
does anybody listen to us?
They've all asked me for, and I know they do, like they did. I don't know if they do regularly,
My
but
family
they have.
asks me to, but they never even tell me if, or not that we have different families. Uh, I said that weird after I said it. I meant like the melons and
I knew what
and
you meant. It didn't
Philadelphia.
sound weird.
They always ask, but then they never tell me if they actually listen to it. I don't ever get any feedback like, "Oh, I listened to it." They don't, so I don't. I don't.
Oh, no,
Every
they've
time I
all
see
told me
them,
that. Sorry, they've all told me that they've heard episodes. And that they like it. I just don't know if they listened to it like since I've sent it to them.
yeah, like once a year, they're like, "Oh, send me that." Like they never heard it before. We usually see each other in May for Memorial Day parade. Look, guys, and I end up talking about like, won't have to worry about what my voice sounded like when I die. That's for goddamn sure. And they're like, "Oh, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, we do a podcast. I've told you about it." It's like, "Oh, send me the link." Like, okay,
Your messages are just are you sending them the link every year?
right, yeah, yeah. It's Sean, or who said that? Sean said that. He's like, yeah, Pepe texted me and asked me for my address, and my last text from her was last year. Pepe texted me and asked me for my address. Feel like she should have just scrolled up and went with that, right? Um, okay, we can do a different day if you want. We can do any time after we watch. This is the final four at Derry, right? So how much time do you need? When do you want to do it?
I mean, that's a good point.
You don't have to read anything.
Uh, I mean, I could do it Saturday night, but I don't know if you have plans then.
This weekend, I don't think I do. I'm game.
Or
I can make that my plans. How about that?
I have plans early evening on Saturday, so it would have to be like 7 or 8.
I mean, that works
Very,
for me.
can we do?
She just said no.
You said early evening.
Sorry. So like from the morning until about 6:30.
So you're busy all day. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure that was something you want to do? And that, I mean, the podcast
Not
has
the
to be long.
plans.
Yeah. How important are these plans?
That sounds like a long day for you. Are you sure?
Like, I mean, how much do you like these people?
That's what I was going to say that too. Are you sure you want a podcast after you doing stuff all day?
Right. Uh, I mean, it's like being a peripheral at a wedding. Is it really important? I mean, I'm game if you're game. So if you want to do it,
What about Monday?
Tomorrow?
No, no, no. Following Monday. Sorry.
That's Christmas week.
Yeah,
I could do Monday.
I could do that.
So tired on Monday. I'll have to take a nap. Get up at 5 on Mondays, but I usually oversleep and get up at 5:30. Sleep until like 5:30 because I don't feel like getting up. So then I'll just take my gym clothes with me. Okay. So 7 on Monday. What is that, 21st-ish? Something like that.
20.
Sure.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. No, Christmas Eve is 24th, not 23rd. Yeah, okay. Whatever, that Monday. And then what are we going to do? Stand after that? Right? Or not the stand?
After the fan fiction.
So
I'd
I
be down
forget
for that.
what it's called. Because then I think we're going to go in. Well, I mean, the question is, should we wait till the third talisman comes out, or should we just do the two we have and read that when it comes out? It's the end of the world as we know it.
Yeah.
I think we should wait because I feel like if we read them and then it's a long time, I'm gonna forget some of the things that happened.
That's fair.
I lived the tower, so that's
Yeah,
4 or 5 years between some of them damn books. Like, stop reading or stop writing all that other cool shit and finish it. He said, "Did you see was it the afterword or the forward in this that he was on tour for or he was talking to he had just written Bag of Bones and he was on tour and somebody asked him whatever happened to that kid from The Shining? Like,
it was at the end of this one.
oh, Bag of Bones. Sarah laughs. Yeah, all right. So we'll just do that next. That's all I got. Let's get the fuck out of here. I got to work tomorrow.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Everybody good? So a week from tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Back to Derry. I'm excited. I like it.
Me
We're
too.
gonna have to just binge that shit when you come over for Christmas. What day you coming? Do you know yet?
Probably either the 24th or the 25th. So no, I don't know.
So no, you don't know yet.
Yeah.
Okay. End of the podcast. Everybody say bye.
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 Bye.